or senators. So,
Huh?
We got some plugs like that, senators and stuff.
So if it's something slip up, you can
you
can chop it up.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
And this is gonna air Sunday. Okay. Probably about 5. Oh, maybe about 5:13 in the morning. But no. Yeah, about 5:12, 5:13 in the morning.
Okay, on Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday.
Okay.
You know. How easy would it be for a young man to come visit you for a follow-up? Okay.
Man, let's just hit it, man. I don't do all that rehearsing, man.
Okay, all right.
Let's just hit it,
See,
man.
I did that because I didn't want to throw you no curveball.
If I get the rehearsing, man, you're gonna have me out the door, man.
Okay.
I don't want to be
I feel you on that. I like to just jump on that.
Okay.
This ain't my first rodeo, right?
Okay, all right.
I just did an interview last week with Zaki Baruch.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm more on an economical thing where we do our movement. We just
wait a minute, Steve, before you start, tell them.
So I got a movement. It's called the Black Wall Street Challenge. We basically
yeah, because Christina just asked me about that.
What, the Black Wall Street Challenge?
Yeah, she just asked me about that.
Okay, so yeah, we travel the country. We find black-owned businesses to spend money with, and then we also challenge that black business to spend money with another black business. So we trying to tackle these same issues as my uncle, but more on a level where we understand, this self-love and want to see another brother sister get money.
But you know what? I know my nephew. He's a thinker. We here, but his thing is going all the way, and once it come back, we should be right in the middle.
Okay.
And we should be on the same path because it's the same thing.
And y'all reaching the same people.
Yeah.
So I mean that's fine.
We just got two different movements. His movement,
that's
fine.
What
I'm saying is
I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love
Okay,
this.
that's what's up.
Okay, all right, cool. Let me turn my phone down. Turn my volume down. I want nobody calling me.
Yeah, I turned mine off already. Let me turn my volume all the way off.
Where y'all at?
We're at the station.
You put up on the bar.
95.5.
What's up, y'all? Got an interview with my man. Can't put all this stuff on the bar.
Oh yeah, what's up, y'all? What's happening? I'm putting half on the air and Stefan on the air.
Let's do it.
I know y'all saying when? What time? Sunday.
Hold on, let me turn around.
Sunday, 5:13 a.m. on Old School 955 R&B and Old School. Man. I see you got some folks waving at you already.
That's what's up. What up, my people?
We can't be answering, no.
All right, y'all.
That's one thing about it. We can't answer y'all.
You get a little bit of this water, man.
Oh, you want some more water?
Oh, no, you got it.
Okay. Y'all clearing your throats.
I hope he ain't been working last night.
Oh, man, don't do me like that on live, bro.
Stefan, move that microphone closer to you, man. Okay, move that microphone closer to your voice. There you go, right there. Okay, let's get a level.
Testing, breaker 1 2.
Say something, Half.
Breaker 1 2.
Stefan.
2.
Okay, let me turn you up a little bit. All right, I'm right there. Okay, y'all, let's go. Good morning. This is Bethalto Today on 95.5 R&B and Old School for the Lou. I'm your host, Stephen Edward Bynes, and joining us on the program this morning, two young men trying to make a difference in the city of St. Louis. Joining us on the program, Stefan West from the Black Wall Street Challenge and from 1,000 Thugs, Half. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to the show.
What's up, Steve? How you doing?
Good, great. Stefan, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right.
Good morning.
All right. Gentlemen, it's cold out there. It's early. Sunday morning. You made it through. Let's make it worth our while. Tell us about the name and the history of the Black Wall Street Challenge. First, Stefan, go ahead.
Okay, so the Black Wall Street Challenge is a internet challenge that I created to help increase the black business patronage and to spread the word and the importance of it. And it was inspired by the town of Greenwood, which is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Happened in 1921, where they leveled a whole black side of town of prominent blacks due to allegations of assault, a young man assaulting a white woman. So
you've been on the internet, so a lot of stuff that you've been doing has gone viral.
Yes, we getting a lot of hits recently. We've grown a lot organically over the last couple of years due to us doing a lot of work though. So we're gonna continue to work, continue to spread the message, and whatever comes our way, anybody that's trying to collaborate, doing something positive around the city of St. Louis, we with it.
I see that you're collaborating with your uncle.
Exactly. I had to bring it back to the family.
Now,
He's doing his thing too.
Is I guess you could say, the older mentor of the family.
Yes, sir.
You should,
Come on up here. Come on up here.
I learned from my lesson. You can say that.
Okay. All right. And you are the founder, president, and CEO of 1,000 Thugs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give us an explanation of the name and the history.
Okay. 1,000 Thugs come from true help under God's salvation. So back to what we was talking about earlier. I got locked down a little minute, and me and my cellie was talking, and we came up with the name because I was mentoring. So by me doing all the destruction that I did, all my dreams was I have to save 1,000 men to get to heaven. I was knocking on the devil door, man, for almost 20 years. So I just gave it all up, trying to do something different. So we came up with this thing, mentor, school to school, neighborhood. Get out my car sometime when I see guys out tripping. I try to stop them getting together.
Hey, if you've always been out in the community.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
And you're always trying to do better and make sure you help people out here in the community. Mm-hmm. I know it's been rough for you.
Oh yeah.
But you're getting the message out. Mm-hmm. And this is a great tool for you to get the message out even more. Now, both of you guys, Stefan and Half, you both can say that you're still young. And you still can relate to the youth out here.
Right.
So, gentlemen, what are the problems relating to men and young men out here? Because, as you know, there is a war against black men.
Right. You want to answer first? You can go first.
Okay.
Stefan?
Well, one problem I see is lack of resources and lack of economic opportunities. For instance, I'm 39. When I was growing up in St. Louis, this was a booming town of a lot of manufactured jobs. You could come out of high school with a diploma and work and make $40,000-$50,000 a year. You know what I'm saying?
Easy.
All these jobs left Missouri, so we didn't get Missouri didn't prepare for it. We didn't have these other vocational training programs out here, in a sense to where we had these people that you could take them from this field and put them in a new field. Like now, they're saying we're going to be a tech capital or whatever. So you do have programs now that are out there, like with Slate and different organizations like that are actually helping to get people in the tech field. So, and that's everything's IT now. So I think it's just a matter of not having those economic opportunities to keep you off the block.
Well, how can we get training if there's no government subsidized programs out here?
There are a few. Like I said, Slate, I know for a fact, has a lot of programs where they help people, mentor people, and and that kind of thing. But I'm sure there are others. I haven't done as much research on that, but I'm sure there are some things out there. But the thing is what are people doing now? People are on the internet. People are on the phone. People are listening to the radio. People are watching TV. So if you don't get these entities in those type of outlets more, you know what I'm saying? People don't know because half these young guys don't know where to get a job.
Right.
So
and
it's just about information.
What to do.
Yeah.
Right. And so you're seeing it day to day.
Day to day, Steve. When you I run across the worst of the worst. Like I went to the juvenile system the other day and it touched my heart because they in there for stealing cars. Strictly they're trying to joyride. Mother's on crack, daddy's not in the household. I'm guilty. Same way. When you're in the streets, nothing matter but chasing that dollar. Like me, I got a hailstorm to try to get back with my kids. So what I noticed is they knocking on the door, but ain't nobody answering. The little box on the application, have you ever been arrested? Mm-hmm. Boom, that stops you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
that's part of the war against
right. That's to me, that's the main one. So, okay, I'm gonna try to get a job at McDonald's. Who want to work at McDonald's and you making $1,500 a day? So to me, you got to give these little dudes something to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, you can give them a trade, but what they go. It's like all the people getting together, we all got to sit down because we're fighting the same war.
Yes, we
But
are.
only time people stick up, now I've been doing it for like almost 7 months strong now. But years ago, I've been like trying to do the softball and trying to get guys to come back and do a sport. But people don't want to talk to you until it's at their front door. You know what I mean by that? Oh, dang, man, my nephew just got killed.
Right.
Can I? Okay, now you listening.
Right. Right.
You know, like I said, you know, Steve, I've been shot up, shot down. Been out there my whole life. It's an illusion. The whole dope game, street game is an illusion, and I lost out on life. And I couldn't see it because I was in it. And that's what I'm telling you about. I call it dinner table among thieves. You have to be that type of person to see it. And these little dudes, man, just looking for a way out. The same, let's go back 25 years, man. I was just looking for a way out.
Yeah.
And I see it. I go to Beaumont, Class C, the Juvenile, Jimmy Edwards School, Blewett. I go everywhere. And all the dudes, they just, you gonna show me something different?
Right.
Right.
You know, I was talking to 15 little guys the other day. I said, y'all raise your hand if your daddy's in the household. Nobody raised their hand. Once again, I can say, damn, I'm supposed to cuss. But, you know,
I understand.
I'm guilty too.
Right.
So if all the guys, we dropping the ball. See, when them guys get that, they say, like, okay, I got a degree. I'm gone. Nothing else matters. I made it out the ghetto. But then when you get into the real world, it's the crabs steady pulling you down. But you ain't going to reach back and help somebody.
But it usually happens when something happens to you.
Right.
Then you want to say, well, let me try to give back. And by that time, it's too late because you turned your back on your people.
Right.
So the big thing is, how do you gain their trust? It's rough out here.
Yeah. It is.
I think to gain their trust, they got to see that you cut from that cloth.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like me. You know, like I can always say, Steve, when I was growing up, police, lawyer, anybody was in that field, can't say nothing to me. I was always against you. You know, that's when NWA brought the song out.
Right.
You know, that's all I bumped in my car. Everybody know that song. You know, I can say F the police, you know, that song. And that's what I grew up on. But now look who my best partners.
Right.
Ronnie Robinson.
Isn't that something?
You know what I'm saying? Judge Edwards.
Right.
You know, so.
So, you know, but it took growing up for both you guys to see what was missing back in the day. And right now, our challenges are economic and educational.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow we've got to break through that chain. I don't know if this government or this presidency will get a chance to help us out. I know President Obama didn't get a chance to help us out. He only had a chance one time when he was talking about strengthening the black family by having men be more active in the family. But he really didn't discuss the problems and the poverty in the African American community. Guys, growing up here in the city of St. Louis was rough. It was rough for all of us. But tell me this. What was your biggest weakness growing up, and how can you help the next man with the same issues?
You want to go first?
I mean, I'm going to just say
Yeah.
the one thing that troubled me was, just like you said, economics. So I
Yes.
think a lot of my friends growing up, I mean, you know, like they say, you can't spell hustle without STL in it. So a
That's
lot of
my
my
first
friends,
time hearing that.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, hey.
that's the original piece from him.
That's
I
real
mean,
good
I'm just
stuff,
saying.
Brian.
I mean, there's a lot of my friends though. You know, that's what they did. They hustle. And when I say hustle, I don't mean just sell dope. I mean hustle.
I understand.
People did anything they can do to get them, you know, get that paper.
Get
So-
that paper, because this isn't like New York City where you have to hustle.
Right.
This is completely different because the economy is a little bit lower, but still, if there's nothing out here, there's nothing else you can do but hustle.
Yeah.
You see these guys every day, Stefan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you've been there, done that.
Oh yeah. So those days
They've
over.
got
These
to
days,
listen to us some way or somehow.
But the thing is that with brothers like my uncle and other brothers that's out here doing positivity, like he said, these young guys got to see that and respect that, but they also got to trust that you genuine right now with your message as well. So, you
For
know,
sure.
when they see that, then they can relate, you know, a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, see, like you know, I told you last time, I in the process of purchasing a church.
Okay, purchasing a church.
And inside this church, we're gonna teach them how to do drywall, plumbing. I got some guys that got degrees in this, and we're gonna teach them how to do these things so they can get out there and try to do something. My thing is, if a guy can sit me down and rock up dope, I can be a chemist. If I can count money, welcome to Bank of America. May I help you?
Yes, sir.
To protect all of that, you know what you got to have.
Right.
You got to have that firearm. Go to the military or become a cop. But it's so much in our community that we see something that's happening once, every 10 years, a cop murdering somebody, or 2 years, then we hate the police. But the first time somebody gets shot, who they call for?
That's true.
They call for the police. That's anybody. That was even to me.
Right.
When I got shot.
First responders.
Yeah. Hey, call somebody. But what I'm trying to do is teach them little dudes is hope. If we talk to 500 little dudes, if one of them, we pull one out the streets, that job is done.
If you can save one, you've done your job.
Right.
But it's getting to the point now, we got to save more than
save
one.
1,000.
Right.
And
Trying
you're
to
looking
save
for
1,000.
1,000 half.
Right.
That's a lot of work.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? It might not be in my lifetime. But if I can
But you can
put
plant
the
the
spark,
seed.
right,
You
right.
can plant
I
the
can plant
seed.
the seed
Definitely.
and let the next guy take it, the next little guy take the torch and go with it. I'm with that. But I'm willing to give, like my nephew, I watch everything he do. I know where he come from.
Right.
I remember you tried to come over and break me shooting dice every day.
Stefan.
And now he doing something.
Hustler, you hear me?
Babyface Stefan.
Right.
Hustler.
But he doing something different that
Yes,
I
he
learned.
is.
You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
he
I
is.
learned. So I tried to get, you see when I went on Facebook and went to the Arab store, I'm like, why every time I want some fish, Arab served me some fish.
Right.
I want some gas, Arab give me some gas.
But we could stop that, though.
Yes, we can.
If we could stop that, we could stop them coming into our neighborhoods, taking over our confectionaries, taking over our gas marts. We could stop that, but we don't have enough to stop it. We don't have enough togetherness to stop it. Because if we wanted to tell the aldermen that we don't want this Crown Mart in our neighborhood, or we don't want this gas mart in our neighborhood, we have Mr. Jones, which has had a Phillips 66 station in the neighborhood for years, and we would rather buy from him than some of the other guys that are out here now. And if we use that as a voice, then we could create another Black Wall Street like we had
Right.
back in the 60s and,
So we're trying
and
to
early
do.
70s.
Right. Now, I mean, cut you off, Steve. I know it's your show.
Okay, all right.
But
go
let me
ahead.
go back to get to my nephew. That's just like how much money we spend,
Close to $2 billion a year.
and how quick do it go out our neighborhoods?
Less than 60 seconds. So
So all the money, and I saw this on the Facebook too. And I said,
Wait. $2 billion a year.
no, we spending close to $2 trillion.
$2 trillion
$2 trillion a year.
Jordans.
We like the 16th, I believe, largest economy in the world, the Black African American community, right? And we spend close to $2 trillion a year
trillion.
outside of our community. Now, just imagine if we could channel half of that money back to black businesses. How many jobs you would create? See, one thing about our message is this: when we spend money in our neighborhood, we are creating jobs. When we create jobs in our neighborhood, we are keeping those tax dollars in our neighborhood. When we keep those tax dollars in our neighborhood, that helps the schools. When you go around the city of St. Louis, what you see in the city, a ton of closed schools. That's because the money's left the neighborhood. You know, these other people move into our neighborhood, but they sending their money outside of the neighborhood. So the neighborhood reaps no benefits. Then they're not hiring nobody from the neighborhood in a mass scale anyway. So they're not helping anyway.
Check that box. What's in that box?
Right.
And another thing is all of that to say the schools help the property value. The property value not only builds this community, but that also now we can start talking about some proper representation politically. That's why another thing we do is we do also a lot of political just ballot initiatives and things like that as well. So I'm really like on the ground with my people. So I tell people all the time, vote local. all this national stuff, Trump and all that, don't even let him distract you. Don't let him deter you from voting local, because your local issues affect us. Like, for instance, the Prop P that just passed. That's another tax raise. The tax they had 6 months before that. I'm not saying that these people shouldn't get their proper due, but I'm saying that these are issues that we're the no-show on. Think of another issue. Last year, I wanted Tashara to win. I mean, I'm just going to be real with you. And she lost by that
800 votes.
Exactly, because our people not really knowing we getting distracted by this other stuff. Another good thing I'm going to tell y'all is Trump is good for us. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he bringing out those racist people. Now we can identify with them. Now all of these other people that want to do work together and work, let's do work. Let's move together, forward. Let's move forward together. Let's let them people do them.
Because expose them.
Yeah, because think about this. If the other person would have won, it would still be this backdoor hidden thing.
So what you're saying is that it's always been hidden.
Yeah.
But it's even more into the light now.
I want him to be in the light.
That he's now been elected as president.
I don't think he should be around long, but I'm just glad that he's exposing those that want to expose themselves, because the thing about racism is it's going to be there. If you don't expose it, it's going to be there still.
It's
subtly.
We got to take the race off ourselves too.
That's true.
Because I know every time you go to the gas station, you got the.
But that goes to
love. Right.
You say it was economic and educational, but the first thing is love. We gotta love each other. Yeah. I gotta see you out in the streets and see him on the streets and feel like I want them to win. That's why I want to spin black. Matter of fact, because I want you to win, brother. Because when I help you, I help me. We just got to get back to that loving ourselves. Man.
Do you think in the coming years, I can't say coming years, maybe a year, that we'll see more black businesses thrive in the city? It's a lot of red tape that the owners have to go through, but we were smarter when we had more black businesses in the area. So let's see what happens. Let's see if they can give us 3 acres and a mule and work it out some way, somehow. Because economically, we're dead. Gentlemen, when it comes to communicating with our youth, failure has to come into play. Because a lot of times, we may not have the resources or the help to get us through. But all we have is ourselves. And we have to be able to sell ourselves to make it happen. But the biggest thing is getting up from failure. How do you reach out to these young men and women out here and discuss to them, besides failure, there is something to look forward to?
Well, my say on that is, if you fall, get back up. If that ain't your avenue, try something else. But you remember back in the day when you do something, Steve, I ain't gonna jump off something that relates to it, where you do something on the corner and the neighbor whoop you, then you gotta go home and get that whooping. Gotta keep doing it. Gotta keep going forward. Like me, I failed so many times. When I say so many times, take this off Richard Lee. He said, I got a PhD in failure. And that's, I can say that too. I related to him. I did a lot of dumb stuff, man. But I didn't have that big brother that can push me and keep going, keep going. So the streets made me fail. And now I'm pushing myself. Through now I want to see, like I said, I used to want to die at the age of 13. Now I want to see my daughter at the age of 21. I want to keep on going forward. And nothing's going to stop me. So if I fail, I'm going to come back and do it again. I'm going to figure out what I did wrong.
Some gray hairs too now, so it's coming.
Ain't no gray hairs, man. that's you ain't got your glasses on. I don't think. Ain't no gray hair. I'm still 25, man. I got a little fat.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. But gentlemen, you both have a great idea with 1,000 Thugs and the Black Wall Street Challenge. We just need participants.
That's it.
All we need is a chance. And you know, once we get that chance, we always succeed. We need participants. Stefan, how can one get in contact with you to keep the Black Wall Street Challenge strong?
Well, they could connect with us at Black Wall Street Challenge on Instagram. They can also subscribe to Black Wall Street Challenge on YouTube. And they can also join our public Facebook group, The Black Wall Street Challenge. The Facebook group is actually a really good one because anyone can join it and anyone can contribute. So if you know of a black business that's open, or if you know of anything pertaining to black-owned businesses, or if you're an entrepreneur yourself, you can post and people can come shop with you, or you can go shop, or if you want to ask the group, hey, where can I find a black attorney or a black doctor's office? You know, you can ask all those questions. So
It's something like the Black Pages.
yeah, something like that.
Something like the Black Pages.
Yeah, something like that. Another black directory in a sense, but more interactive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where you can ask. But that's the goal.
Now, how does the Black Chamber of Commerce here in St. Louis fit into the structure of the Black Wall Street Challenge?
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't even paid the Commerce here a visit yet. I've been getting most of my businesses from just the platform I've created. So I've gotten a list of about 200-300 businesses in St. Louis that are black owned.
Okay.
And we also travel out of the state. So we've been in about 11 cities across the country doing this.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, and also I want to add, we are I'm the actual world record holder for most black-owned businesses patronized in a 2-year period on video recorded. So
that's excellent.
Yeah, so we just trying to keep moving and moving forward, and we'll be back on the road next month. We're gonna go back to Chicago and Memphis first, then Chicago, and then we'll travel to a lot of the cities we've been to and a couple new ones. So
and spread the word.
Spread the word. Spread
And
the message.
spend them dollars.
And spend money in their community. Yeah,
That's wonderful.
we putting money in those economies. So.
And now when you go, I wear 2X.
2X.
So when you go with 2X, because he be coming back with bags. You come out stuff with bags and stuff.
Bags of stuff. Huh?
A lot of that stuff I give away though.
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of it is gifts. So now that I know he wore 2X, I could. They see a 2X. I give my uncle a nice
he's a
little.
2X.
2X in size 13 and a half.
Uh-oh. Half. You've got a heck of a thing going on here
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
with 1,000 thugs. And how many guys on your staff, Half?
Right now it's probably like 16 of us.
Okay.
But they be so busy.
Right.
But I'm trying to let them. I'm pounding every day. If them 15 drop off, I'm still gonna go. My word, who I am, stands for 500 men. Like all the guys who I be with. Every guy from the streets, they know. I tell them always, man. Sometimes you gotta stop, man. You get wore out. You know what I'm saying? You 45 years old, and you still hustling out your mom. Backyard and doing that. Sometimes you gotta say, man, let me
it's time to grow up.
It's time to grow
Mm-hmm.
up.
It's time to grow up.
Like, when do we stop?
Right.
Even though some are hustling. Okay, so now our kids, I got friends, Steve, they sons are getting killed. So I'm trying to get them to come on, man, before this happened to you, like I said, this just happened to my other friend. Death is riding us right now. The devil is winning.
Yeah.
So we all got to stick together. No matter, like I tell every organization out there, I'm willing to help, and they know I'm willing to help because I contacted most of them. It's up to them to say, come on, let's move forward. But I can't move because you're not moving right.
Mm-hmm.
They can't move because that person ain't moving right. If all of us sit at the table, the reason I say I'm a big part of this because I'm in it. You can't come to me like the little guys in the juvenile. They wouldn't have opened up to me. This little guy been sitting for 3 years. 3 years. And the lady say he ain't never opened up to nobody. Man, when I left, that little dude had tears in his eyes and hugged me. I have to bag him up saying, come on, man. Bag up, my cat. I'm like, hey, man, bag up, man. I'm a real one. Right. And he started laughing. Right. And he said, man, I feel you, man. He said, I couldn't get him my number. He said, man, are you going to be back next week? I said, I'll be here next week. Just as much I go up to Beaumont.
That's beautiful, Half.
You got to see these kids.
Half, you've got to have a phone number where people can get in contact with you so you can do some speaking engagements so you can come out here and save some of the youth. Is there a number where someone can get in contact with you?
Yes. My cell phone number is 314-415-0997. My email is 1000thugs@gmail.com.
Very good. Gentlemen, Stephen West, thank you so very much for coming on the show. These guys. Fellas, let's keep the light on, and let's hopefully the youth can follow it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is Bethalto Today on 95.5 R&B and Old School for the Lou. Mary Chiltman's up next. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks on 95.5 R&B and Old School for the Lou. All right, y'all. Y'all gave me
How
I
many
got
minutes?
26 minutes.
So you got chopped it up.
Oh yeah, I'll chop it
That'll
to
That's what's
20.
up. That's what's up.
I'll chop it to 20. Have 2 parts.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say I might have got a little wordy on one of those parts.
No, that's all right. I edit.
okay.
I'm surgical with this.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up.
But yeah, I'll have this edited tomorrow.
Okay. Cool.
So if you're out and about, I'll give you a holler and let you know you can pick up a couple of CDs.
Okay.
And
cool.
there'll be MP3s.
That'll
So
work.
if you want to put the interview on your website, you can.
Okay. That's probably what we're gonna do.
All right.
That's definitely what we're gonna do. I appreciate you for having me.
Thank you, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, y'all.
Man, when we gonna hook up something, man, so we can play the softball, man?
We gonna have to do it.
Ain't doing it when it get cold.
No. James talking about April. So I guess April will be all right. We should have it out in. Well, we should have it in Belfast.